there she is, the floating city of Italy, Venezia, or Venice. We traveled by ferry early in the morning, pretty excited to walk its streets, cross the bridges, and ride some gondolas. But once we set foot into the island, Venice gave us more than that. Starting off at Casa San Marco, named after the city's patron, Saint Mark. We were taken along its already busy streets, and I noticed right away how narrow the streets were and how easy it was to get lost in. There were some signs that point you to the right direction, but some of them were fake, made by the locals just to mess with tourists. So either way, we were kinda screwed. Shops are scattered along its streets, mostly glass and masks. Venice does have a rich history in masks. They were worn in carnivals to protect the wearer's identity, so that he or she could do anything they pleased. Kind of their 12th century version of Google Chrome's incognito mode. Two of the coolest masks I found was the bauta, which I bought for souvenir, and the plague doctor's masks. It had a long nose where they kept perfume and herbs in, because they believed that if the air smells good, then it's no longer contaminated by the plague. An interesting logic back then. Glass is also popular, made by generations of glass masters, which is a cool title to have. They had intricate designs and colorful details. We just spent a couple of minutes in the island and were already taken aback by how creative and artistic Venetians are. We haven't even scratched the surface yet. A famous bookstore called Liberia Acqua Alta was another shop we needed to visit. It was an incredible sight to see. Books were stacked all around the shop. Stacked as stairs and on gondolas. Yep, gondolas. It's a smart move considering that Venice floods every now and then. They'll just simply float and keep the books dry. They even have a foolproof fire exit. This store is more innovative than I thought. We saw a wide range of selection from books, postcards, cool posters. There were also cats. Though not for sale, you are allowed to gently pet them. After hours of shopping and walking, there was still so much to see of Venice.
Parker City, Blackwell area, 68 degrees today.
Now, why would it be named the Floating City? Well, because it is. It's built on thousands of tree trunks buried under the layer of clay. Venice is slowly sinking, although not by much. It's still suffering from numerous floods due to high tides. That's why there's these platforms scattered around the city. They can be walkways just in case flooding occurs. Main transportation, as you probably know, is through boats. Water taxis, ferries, vaporettos, which are water buses. Gondolas used to be the main transport for Venetians, but now it's only used for tourists. So anything from food, supplies, and commuting to and from work is done by boat. Gondolas are still fun. I mean, you can't visit Venice and not ride a gondola. And don't get me wrong, they look cool, and the gondoliers were stylish with their striped shirts. Swimming is strictly prohibited in Venice, so a gondola ride is the best and only way to explore the canals. Gondoliers could serenade you like this one. They take advantage of the amazing acoustics within the canal, like this tourist right here. These gondoliers just add more excitement in the overall experience, just like our gondolier. But all jokes aside, gondola rides are magical. Can't leave the city without it. Now that we cleared our Venice bucket list, we boarded the ferry again to go to Burano Island. I had no idea where it was, how it looked like, or even what to expect of it. After half an hour we finally docked, and well, I'll just let the B-roll do the talking. There was no other way to explain how beautiful Verona was. Less crowds, colorful houses, and a magnificent sunset. We were absolutely lost for words. We also lost our tour group. We seem to have lost the group because we're taking too many photos. Really beautiful around here. Eventually we found them and sat down for one last meal with the group. It's a bittersweet moment for all of us. What an amazing trip this was. Strangers from all parts of the world becoming friends. Bucket lists were checked off and new ones added. We knew we had to say goodbye eventually, but we'll be saying hello to new adventures ahead. As for now, we'll be spending our time at home with the family we missed. And just wait and see where life takes us next.